I need to regroup. Oh my goodness, this is so silly. I'm having technological issues, guys, and I was not excited about that because hi, sweetie. Like everything just crashed. Like my phone. It's kind of scary. It's kind of a scary thing. Hey guys, it's 7:15 in the morning. I've been up since 4. And I woke up at 4, made my husband breakfast, sent him off to work. He leaves around 4:20, so I've been working since 4:30. And I just got finished. I just posted to Instagram, which I don't know if it was a mistake or not. My window technically is like 9 to 10 to post for like optimal posting. I guess I just wanted to get it out of the way, so I went ahead and posted it. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of vulnerable right now. I don't know. So this week I've been doing a ton of work, and I guess up until this point, like all of my crochet content, like the content part of it, has always been just like kind of for fun. And like every once in a while, I'd get like a brand deal or I get sent something. And it was like it's just kind of like, oh yeah, like very unserious. I didn't take anything about it seriously. And like I guess like it started ramping up towards the end of the year. And now like for January, it's January 30th, and it's honestly gone by so fast because I've had so much work to do. Um, and I guess like with that, like I'm putting in so much effort. So I guess like my attachment to whether or not I'm succeeding is like growing. So it's kind of scary. It's kind of a scary thing to be like invested, I guess is what it is. I feel more invested in like how I'm doing and like how my content's performing. Monday I filmed a tutorial for this little crochet cake pattern that I came up with. I did write out the pattern and it's going to go up for testing for like a PDF version of it. But I went ahead and I was like, well, I have to make it again for the pattern to double check it. I made it 3 times. So this is the second round. Why isn't there we go. And then there's also like a bigger version, but I don't know where it is. I think one of my sons might have taken it. And so that was 3 hours of raw footage. And I did a rough cut on Tuesday, but I didn't get to fully edit it until Wednesday. And so I did a 2-hour rough cut, right? So 2 hours of work just to do the rough cut on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I got up at 4. I sent my husband off to work. And then I did 8 hours of editing. My kids were very good that day. Like they were very chill. I guess because they had a longer break from school because we had like the snowstorm and stuff, mostly just editing all day long. I did 8 solid hours of editing. And then at one point, my computer crashed. I'm not entirely sure why. I do have a bad battery. My Mac is just like pretty old now, maybe like six years, maybe 8. I'm not sure. But it's pretty old. My husband had bought it for me when I entered my master's program. I did have it unplugged for a little bit, but it wasn't for that long. And then like everything just crashed. Like my Final Cut, I was exporting and my Final Cut just like, I don't even know. It was like stuck, and I could tell it was stuck because it was a large video file because it was 3 hours of raw footage. I cut it down to 45. And there's lots of text overlays, lots of transitioning, lots of like everything that just goes along with a video tutorial because it's step by step. So there's like a lot of text on screen. There's a lot of pop-ups for things. So it was a large file, but it shouldn't have crashed. And I haven't had that problem since I got an external hard drive. So I restarted my computer. When I restarted my computer would not turn back on. It was crazy. I was kind of scared. I knew I would still have the file because my external hard drive should be fine. But I was afraid that like I was going to have to go get a computer, or I was going to have to work off of our like desktop that the kids use for their schoolwork. And I was not excited about that. And we have 2 desktops, but one of them, there's something going on with it right now where it won't connect to like the keyboard or the mouse. We're having technological issues, guys. So my daughter and my son are splitting time on one desktop right now for their schoolwork. And then my youngest son doesn't do computer work yet, right? So we're still doing like paperwork with him. For my short form content, I do a mix of editing on my computer and editing on my phone. So I like to use Final Cut to cut the footage and add overlays and stuff that I like. And then I like to do text on my phone. I don't know why my brain works that way. It just does. I like to do it on my computer and then transport it into my phone, and then I go into Instagram. Instagram Edits is actually my favorite app to do editing on my phone. I don't really like CapCut. CapCut is good, but CapCut crashes and you have to have a live internet connection for it to work. So I'm not a fan of that. But I do like Instagram edits. I don't like the new YouTube editing app very much. It's very AI heavy. Like it seems like if you want to make AI videos, like generative videos to post to YouTube, then that's a good app for that. But since I'm just editing my own footage, I don't think it benefits me to use that app. It's kind of clunky. Instagram edits is like a very smooth app, and yeah, so I did 8 hours of video editing on Wednesday, and then when my computer crashed and I was like, "Okay, well, let me just leave it plugged in," because my husband was also not here, and he's like my technical go-to. If I can't figure something else out, I know he will. He was at work, and I did tell him about it, and he responded right away. He was like, "Oh, no, what's going on?" And I was like, "I absolutely did not know." So I just closed it, and I just left it off for a while. I had a brand reach out and ask me if I wanted to try their skin tint, which is like a like a BB cream kind of, except it's a skin tint serum. So it's really cool. This is what the bottle looks like. So I can show you what I did for so that's what their bottle looks like. It has like this shiny red cap. And this is what I did for the campaign. Look at her. Isn't she so cute? So I made this. My original plan was to do like a vlog, like day in the life kind of video. And I was gonna start the video doing like putting this on and then move throughout my day filming content, because I do have I don't know if you, that big box right there, that was so flattering. That giant box, I still need to unbox it and I need to film content for it. It's a rug tufter from Claw Lab. So that I'm like super excited about. That's the reason why it's not unboxed, because I really want to like work on it and do a great job. And I'm actually really excited for that. I've been wanting to try out rug tufting for a really long time. I reached out to them and they said yes, and they sent it to me. And so that's like the first time I've reached out to a brand and they've been like, absolutely, we'll send one over. So that's what I mean. That's why I'm feeling so vulnerable, because I just feel like I'm being presented with a lot of opportunity right now. Oh my goodness, this is so silly. I just I'm gonna cut all this out. I need to regroup. Okay. So a long time ago, I read this book called Mastery by Robert Greene. And this was years ago now. This is probably 3-4 years ago. And so I read this book called Mastery, and it kind of talks about how to become successful. And I was actually reading this in like relation to like weight loss. But it like talks about how like you work hard at something and like you just keep failing at it. Like you work towards something, right? So you work towards something, you set your end goal, and like you just like work at it and work at it, work at it and work at it. And how you just keep failing, but the failing is like the learning moments, which like I feel like everyone knows, right? It doesn't go like this, like people think, and it doesn't even like it goes like this, but he says it doesn't even do that. That usually like when you start, because you're at 0, you have like a short burst of like 0 to here, right? So it's like it's actually like straight up, because you're going from nothing to now you're learning about it and you're like trying stuff. So he says usually like you start here and then you go here, and then it'll be like this for a long time. Like it's not even like it's not like a jagged line like people say. Like usually like you don't go backwards. What you do is you just kind of stay at the same level. And he says you can decide to just stay at that level, or you can keep practicing, keep failing, keep trying things, and then you keep learning. And he says usually you stay right there, and then at some point you're going to have another jump. And the jump is usually like closer to vertical, like that it's not usually like this like slow mountain like people make it. It's usually this, 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 this. So that's how he describes it. And I feel like that's like where I'm at right now. Like when I started crochet and I went like from here to here, right? Like a big jump, because I learned like how to crochet. And then I joined like crochet Instagram. And then I had another big jump, right? Like, you know, I started my YouTube channel and like that was going great for a while, but then we lost my father-in-law and like my channel went dormant. Editing the YouTube videos takes a lot of time. And at that point, I was really bad at editing. And so I was slowly editing throughout that time, right? Because I was still posting to Instagram. My Instagram was still growing, but I wasn't posting to YouTube. And I was editing I was editing my Instagram videos on my phone in like the edits app. When I jumped back into Final Cut Pro, even though I hadn't been editing in Final Cut Pro, suddenly I was just better at it. Like I understood it more. I wasn't starting from zero because I already had my base knowledge. And now suddenly I'm putting text behind my head and I'm like doing like crazy stuff with my backgrounds and like stuff is making sense. And like when I can't figure something out, I look it up online. It's not taking me like an hour to figure it out. It's taking me out like 10, 15 minutes. I feel like that's how it's been with brands too. Like Darn Good Yarn was the first brand to reach out to me, and then they sent me their Yarn of the Month box. And then I had a yarn spinner, like an individual creator, like someone like me who just made something and decided to start selling it. She had a popular Instagram account. She reached out to me and she sent me PR. And then Hobby reached out, and then I started working with Hobby. And Hobby was the first major brand. And that was really it for a while. And then suddenly Premier Yarns reached out to me. They reached out to me on Instagram. I wasn't even following them on Instagram, which is embarrassing. I do buy from Premier Yarns. I actually have a pretty big collection of Premier Yarns. I have like all their cones up on top of my shelves. And then I have like a big like that yarn right there is bamboo from Premier. Mommy. Yeah, the first brand that decided to like actually pay me for my work. And so that was in December. And since the Premier Yarns deal went through, then Caydo reached out, which reaches out to a lot of crocheters. I'm not that special. But, you know, like that was super exciting. Caydo reached out. I reached out to Claw Labs. They said yes. This one may seem like the least crochet related, but this one is the one like I'm kind of super proud about because so there's a big discussion in the crochet community right now about how collabs don't pay. I was actually surprised when Premiere said they would pay me, how we don't get like taken seriously by the collab partners that we partner with, and how everything is just gift exchange for promotion. And the promotion requirements sometimes are a little bit steep about that. And a lot of people say that we shouldn't be taking these deals that are gift for promotion because the editing does take a lot of time and the filming takes time and the crocheting takes time. Like you do have to work with the yarn in order to promote the yarn. So to get this one, it was still a gift with purchase, but it is in not even an adjacent field. Like this is skincare. I'm a crocheter, but they let me do my cute little artsy thing with my reel. Yes, I like the product, but also it's not yarn. It's not a yarn company. It's completely outside of my scope, except for the fact that I am female, I do wear makeup, and I have a face, right? So I made this to promote them, and I did like this cute little reel, and like I'll insert it so you can see it.
Why is she running? Why is she running?
She's hiding something. Okay, caught. I'm an artist and I make cute crochet plushies, but I also put my real face online. These worlds collide sometimes. This is the Samalita Skin Perfecting Formula. Skin first. It's gonna even things out, but it looks like my skin. No plushies were harmed in the making of this video. I did like this cute little reel. I'm so proud of it. And when I sent it to them, because this was one where I needed to send them the video before I posted it, and they approved it right away. And not only did they approve it, guys, his words were O, like capital O, capital H, capital H, capital H, capital H. My God, so cute. All in capital, like everything in capitals. I absolutely love this. 5 exclamation points. And I was like amazing, right? It's like that response felt so good because I went a little outside the box with it. I didn't just put on the makeup and show it. I did plan to do a vlog originally, but that's not what ended up happening. I got an idea when my computer was dead. I was like, what if I crocheted the skincare product, right? To make it like more entertaining and relevant, and then like talk about the skincare after. Hello. Hi, Ollie. That just feels so validating. And now I signed on with the Hooked Hive as a founding creator. They really liked the content that I put out surrounding their opening of their community. The Hooked Hive had reached out, asked me if I could make an Instagram reel, and I did do that. I ended up making a long form YouTube video about it as well, just because I enjoyed my experience with the community. And then they ended up reaching back out and offering me a founding creator spot. So now I'm going to be releasing designs for them. Part of the like perks of the community is there's 8 designers that are all going to be designing for the community. So every single week you get a new pattern. And this isn't me promoting them, just explaining what my role is. Every single week a designer is going to be releasing a pattern with them. So there's 8 of us. So I only need to do it every 2 months or like every other month. I don't even know how I got here. Like I just decided just to make the YouTube video because like I was in the community, I had the opportunity and like I had something to say, right? So it's like a good opportunity to make extra content for myself, right? And like not for them. And they ended up seeing it. They ended up really liking it. They liked how my post, it wasn't even a reel, it was a post. It was a carousel post. They liked how my carousel post performed. And then they offered me a founding creator spot. They looked at my patterns and they said like I would be a good fit. So now I'm going to be designing a pattern for them and or like several patterns for them, I guess like six a year. So, and I'm going to get paid for my patterns up front. And like, I don't even understand how I got here really. Like I've been working, but it hasn't been like serious working. I've been just kind of like quietly working in the background. And that's why it brought like to mind that book mastery, because even though I haven't been like super like seriously invested, I have continued working. Like it's been 3 years now. And suddenly I'm getting all these deals. Suddenly I'm doing all these sponsored posts. And like I keep getting DMs. They're like, how are you doing this? How are you doing this? How are you doing this? And at first I was just like, I don't know, like it's a fluke. Because it felt like a fluke at first. It really did feel oh, like I don't know, they saw one of my videos and they liked it and they just probably just were like, nah, I don't know. But even when Premiere reached out, so the Premiere offer was to write a pattern for them. So one of my patterns is actually on the Premiere website. That's what they paid me for. But right before that happened, I had 2 back-to-back successful pattern releases, and then they asked me for a pattern. So like I'm assuming, those things are correlated. But at the time when they reached out to me, like I really was just like, I don't know. I don't know why they would reach out to me. Truly, up until a few days ago, every single time I get a deal, I've been thinking like it's like, oh, lucky me, it's a fluke. But it's been about 5 years since I started crocheting, and it's definitely been about 3.5 years since I've been on social media, and it's definitely been about 2 years since I've been like really visible on social media. So like this did not happen overnight, and like I have been like working towards this. Like I didn't know. Really, it wasn't super intentional, but practice, you study, you fail quietly, and then one day you break through the plateau and like it looks like an overnight success. And I'm not trying to say like I'm successful. Like that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like there is like some like visible like something happening right now with me. And it's scary because I feel like I'm at the point where I would have to make a decision to take this seriously. I don't think that I'm going to just keep falling into opportunities anymore. But I feel like if I want to make this something, I I think I can. And I think I just have to like decide that. But anyways, I'm going to stop being silly now and skedaddle. Bye.